How long did it take for you to notice the difference in the images? The carefully wrapped packages now open, maybe even broken by this point. Maybe in all the chaos there was a broken ornament or two. And then at the last second, I grabbed the sure sign that Christmas is over, the wilting poinsettia. I knew that this scene would be perfect for the Sunday after Christmas Mental Health Matters. But what I didn't know is how badly I would want the mess to look just right. I spent longer than I care to admit making sure that the image that was supposed to portray God still being with us, even in the mess, even after the lights and the decorations come down. The image that was intended to be a reminder that, as my daughter always says, it doesn't have to be perfect, Mom. I wanted it to be perfectly positioned to trash. It's become vogue for things not to be perfect. Author after author, podcast after podcast, pushing us along the journey of self-acceptance, which is pretty scriptural when you think about it. In 1 Samuel we read, "But the Lord said to Samuel, 'Do not consider his appearance or his height, for I have rejected him.' The Lord does not look at the things people look at. People look at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart." But this pastor, who is a sucker for a good self-help book, is left wondering, what are we still hiding? It's okay to show the trash, but let's make sure that it looks presentable first, right? The single greatest thing that people commented to me about in 2020 was these mental health segments during worship. For far too long, church has been a place where we had to put on our Sunday best. The past 10 months of ministry affirmed for me that the church needs to be a place where we let our dirty laundry freely dangle in the wind. COVID also affirmed that the single greatest determinant of finding a new way is if you think you can. I was deeply grateful for all of our members who are willing to adapt. They knew that their spiritual and mental health depended on it. The fact that so many of us were willing to go into it with an adventurous spirit is a sign that our collective mental health as a congregation is well suited to continue reaching the world for Christ in the uncharted territories, something that we will no doubt continue to need long past the pandemic. Please join us next week as I share more about what ministry in the pandemic taught me, as well as you won't want to miss the Ministry Health Matters on Mental Health Matters, and I'm just going to let that roll because it doesn't have to be perfect, right? On January the 10th, we'll sit down with BUMC member and psychiatric nurse practitioner Susanna Dar to discuss the signs that your mood is more than just the COVID blues, and instead something that you should consider asking your doctor about. Until then, remember, it's okay if your trash doesn't look pretty. The image, I wanted it to be perfectly positioned. From where I sit, it's become vogue to be perfect. What just happened?